Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I got something not so fun to show you. I'm Jeremy from Weldtec Designs, and let's talk about RVs. So you just got a new RV and you are so excited to take it home. You have it. I mean, look at this thing, it's beautiful. I mean, you're just ecstatic. You can't wait to go on camping trips, as long as those camping trips are all going to be on very flat ground. And the reason I say that is because of just how low this RV sits, and the new owner of this RV found out the hard way when they dragged their step, even when it was retracted, and completely bent it. And now once it went out, it does not go back in anymore. So this also is going to have the leveling jacks on here, and as we get down here, you're gonna see just how low. We got about 6 inches off the ground. And as we pull this thing into our parking lot here at Weldtec Designs, we want to show you just the major problem that these things have. Let's go take a look at the back of this thing and look at how low the back sits as well. All right, well, I'm pretty sure somebody put a lowering kit on this RV, because you're going to see that the tire is actually tucked up in the wheel well, and these springs are so far negative, it's crazy. We just went and weighed this RV and it's coming in at almost 14,000 pounds. So it's a big, heavy beast for sure, but why not build suspension that's gonna hold it? If you pay this kind of money for an RV, you want it to handle as well as it does look nice. This thing has so many rad things. And as we come back here, you're gonna see that you do have a lot more room on the back of this. And then you're gonna have the skids on the back of the receiver tube just in case you wanna drag. But let's go ahead and pull this thing into the shop, into the parking lot at least, and show you guys just some of the problems that you may have. And then we'll talk about what we're doing here at Weldtec Designs to fix these things and make these awesome. All right, well, that was ugly. I'm gonna say, yeah, that was just ugly. So the body almost drug, the stabilizers almost drug, and that is barely even any kind of driveway. So let's talk about ways to fix this, guys. So in order to fix this, what we're doing is we're lifting these RVs, whether it be a 4-inch lift or a 6-inch lift on any one of these kits. We call it our Baja Grocery Getter. You've probably heard that name. So I want to go over a quick couple differences between the two kits. First of all, obviously, other than the 2 inches of lift, you have the ability to just run blocks in the rear of your suspension with a 4-inch kit. So sometimes a lot of you guys like that because of the cost savings. Now I'm going to tell you, here's the big disadvantage of that, is really when you get into doing the custom springs, that's where you're going to notice the huge benefit, especially when on a coach like this where it's going to sit so low in the rear, and we really need to get that up off the ground. But not only get it off the ground, but we really need it to work better. That way it's going to drive nicer down the highway. And just to let you know, some of the other problems that we see is right over here, you can see this other RV that we are putting a lift on, that they actually had to put a 2-inch block on one side of the RV just to get it to sit level. So these are the types of problems that we're seeing. If you guys are in the market for an RV, something that you might want to look out for, because a lot of people kind of cheat things around just to make it look pretty and then be done with it. So there's definitely a lot of things that we can do here at Weldtec Designs in order to fix this. So when you get into the custom springs, like here's the big thing I want you guys to take away from this, is a 4-inch kit and a 6-inch kit is going to be the same price when we add the custom springs to the back of this. Now the big variable is going to be obviously the weight. We talked about that. The more weight your RV is, really the more money your springs cost. But just kind of want to give you guys a quick little rundown, show you guys some of the problems that we see people having. Talk a little bit more in depth about what we're doing to fix this. We're gonna pull this one in and start putting the lift on it. So we'll keep you posted on the build process, what we're doing on this, how it's going. And then when you guys are all done, like in 2 and 2, like you guys will see this thing lifted. How about that? What's up everybody, I'm Jeremy from Weldtec Designs, but I think we may have already introed this video, so we may just get rid of this. If not, welcome back to the channel. I got some fun stuff to show you. Again, this is gonna be another first time in this video, so make sure you guys stay tuned for it, because when we walk you all the way through it, I got some cool stuff to show you. But behind me, this is coming in, this is like a 32-foot 4 Series I sat really low before it came in. That's what we're calling that. I sat really low and I drag steps and break them off of it. So right here, we'll flip to like an old video of us pulling this thing in and just how ridiculously low it is. Because if you look at this, you would think that we hadn't even done anything with it, but you are completely wrong. This has our 6-inch lift on it. And if you're completely new to the channel, let me help you guys out. I'll walk you through some of the parts that we put on this thing. So you can see that we kept all the wheels and tires factory in here. What we did add is a bigger set of coils, which are going to be great. What's nice about these coils is they really help reduce the amount of sway. It is a heavier coil, so you're gonna definitely notice an improvement in ride right away. The next thing that we did on this is we added a set of Fox shocks with the reservoirs. Now what's great about this shock is it's going to be valved a lot heavier for the RV, and then not to mention it's gonna hold more oil to keep that shock cooler longer, so you're not gonna have any shock fade on those million-mile road trips. So the other thing that we did in here is we're running our extended radius arms. These are the parts that are right here, and those radius arms are going to be 9 inches longer than stock. The benefit in that is keeping your I-beams and your radius arms more equal in length and less caster change as this wheel is moving up and down, you're driving down the road. Where that's really going to shine is if you're off-roading it, you're getting to your favorite camp spot, it's down a graded road, you're going to really like the improved handling that you're going to get out of it with this new kit. I mean, not to mention, you can see as we kind of pop our head under here, now the increased height that we're going to have in from the leveling jack on there is going to be huge. Imagine this being 6 inches lower. This thing wanted to drag on everything. Now we're running the generator on this, so you guys can, you know, maybe barely hear me, who knows. So, no, you're good. So, the last thing that we did to the front of this is we ran a steering stabilizer kit in the front of it, and that's another big thing that's going to help reduce that feedback that you would normally get in your wheels. So that's a big plus, and we're going to love those, but not as much as you're going to love it on your RV. We also run sway bar drop brackets, so it maintains all of your factory sway bars as well. So not a whole lot changes as far as that goes. And what's the plus in that is our goal is to save you money, only give you the components that you need, and not just sell you a bunch of stuff that other RV shops are gonna sell you in order to mask the problems that these Class C RVs have. So with that being said, let's jump to the back of this thing. You would think, well, wow, this doesn't really sit all that high. Well, actually, you should have seen it. Well, another flashback. And this sits so much higher, as before this wheel was pretty much tucked in the wheel well. So you can see those new set of massive leaf springs. Well, you really can't, they're difficult to see. But this has our awesome leaf springs in the back of it. These things are huge. And the benefit in this is it's gonna have so much more arc in the spring, which is going to help give you a better ride. Now think of it, the longer, the more arc you have in the spring, that longer that spring gets, the smoother your ride gets as well. You're really gonna notice a huge difference when going to the custom springs. We've also added Fox shocks to the rear of this, non-reservoir shocks, just the regular Fox shocks. And then we've modified the sway bar as well in order to accommodate the new height. Now, that's pretty much it for the outside of this thing and the suspension that we've done to it. The next thing I would love to show you guys on the inside, this thing is completely amazing. But what I like also on this is you're gonna notice this beautiful blue Jeep on the back of this hooked up with a tow bar. So I don't know how many of you guys tow or flat tow with your RVs, but if you are running a tow bar on it, I would love to do more videos showing you guys some of the different products that allow you to flat tow, because this is really great. It gives you the freedom to get to your camp spot. You can unhook your, your secondary vehicle and go out and have fun. So this one here looks like it is a Falcon 2. Looks really nice. We watched him hook it up and it's fairly simple. So that's probably in a video to come. So let's finish this off. I want to show you guys the inside of this thing real quick, and then we're sending him on his way. We're gonna see you later, have fun. But wait a second, we're gonna give him a short plug on the back of this, guys. So this RV is actually for rent. So if you wanna see what a Weldtec Designs lift is all about, but don't want the commitment to buy the RV or the lift kit, right here, check it out. Give him a call. You can rent this RV or one of his other RVs, take it for a weekend test drive, and make sure it's all that and more before you jump into like the marriage of an RV forever. Or maybe you're just like, nah, I don't want that. I just want to rent an RV. So his name is Gary. He's awesome. But dude, I mean, this thing is beautiful. Full body paint. It's gorgeous. I love it. Let's go jump on the inside. All right, and as we jump in this completely Gucci Isata, really low, this thing is awesome. You're gonna love like the double reclining seats here, the recliner, this all kicks out. This thing is rad. So I'm gonna start up here in the front. You're gonna notice that you're gonna have the full queen bed in here. You're gonna also notice that the slide out is not out. So when that goes out, you're gonna have just a ton of room on this whole side here, which is the wall that goes out. So we're gonna have our bench that's gonna go into a bed as well. And then what I really wanna point out is just how nice and clean like everything is in this, even like the small details of like the backsplash. It's very much like a real kitchen. So you're gonna have your big TV up here, which is going to pull out. We have our microwave oven, and look at this, we have a real oven, guys. But as we're down here, look at this. You even have the access lighting underneath the cabinets. It's just the small little details in there. And as we're down here, I mean, I want you to check out this awesome killer wood floor, which is just everything about it I love. Including like a real door to go to the back. So you have your step up. You're gonna see that you're now entering into the bathroom. So you're gonna have that large shower right there, which is going to be really nice. And as you come all the way to the back, you're gonna have your bed and sleeping area. Now again, the slide out is not out, so you don't have a lot of room. You're not able to walk around it, which you're not really able to do in most Class C's when the slide out is in. That's gonna be one of the downfalls, and also the ability to get into a lot of the cabinets. So, and last but not least, there, I'll let Austin, oh, look at that, oh, and the Lord said, let there be light. So go ahead and jump in there, Austin, and then this door is gonna close. So, dude, look at that. Like 2 guys in an RV bathroom. There's a ton of room in here. This thing's huge. So you can see that, I mean, this is just nice. So, I mean, it all makes one big bathroom, which is really cool. I like the door. It's pretty. So, a lot of little features in this RV that make it really cool. And like I said, if you're interested in renting this RV, hit Gary up. I'm sure he'd be happy to rent it out to you. And when you do, say, hey, I saw that video on Weldtec Designs and I want to rent your RV. So that's it for me, guys, on this video. I hope you like and subscribe it. If you guys have any questions, make sure you guys comment below. I'll be happy to answer them. Other than that, it's time to go home. It's getting dark. You see that? We're out of here. See you guys.